Hello, and welcome back. We are back with another Tarot Deep Dive. I am Cosmic Boogeyman, and we are back with the Nine of Wands. This is your last stand, right? Before destiny takes over. When we look at these cards, you look at it, you fought, you built, you defended, you've flown, and now comes that moment for the breakthrough. It's that overall breakthrough. It's that saying you've done this, you've built, and you've grown. So when you've built and you've grown, what does this say to you? How do you build this energy up? What are we doing in this Nine of Wands? It's a card of persistence. It's the frequency of endurance, really. If you haven't been with me before, think about subscribing, think about becoming a member. Hit that like button if you love what you hear and you are enjoying what you're seeing. But I love breaking time and open this up and drawing attention to these cards, because what this does is it gives us a moment of a quiet pause. And this card here expresses that exhaustion, right? The strength, but it refusal to quit. Is that you? Yeah, is that you? Hit me up in comments. Let me know, because when these warriors come out, they're wise, they're experienced, and they're really, it's where their experience is replaced with some kind of like bravado, right? It's like, I know how to do this. And when we look at these cards, as I break down each and every tarot card, it's showing the wounded man, obviously, but they're holding on to the original wand, right? That original ace of wand they started with. They're bandaged up, they're postured, they're holding, but they're still alert. If you look at their eyes, they're still holding their alertness and saying, hey, those eight of wands that came in to protect them, right? They keep flying down. They're lessons. Every trial, every tribulation, everything that came to test them, they survived. They said, look at all this that happens. The ninth wand, the one they're holding, is the willpower. It's saying they did this. They made this happen. So take pause and recognize that all of this in the Nine of Wands is pure power, pure self-motivated power. And you learned enough not to fall for some illusion twice. That's the other part here, saying, hey, I'm aware of what's going down, right? And the Nine of Wands is carrying out that secret missed energy. So it's that Sag energy. Patience paid off, doesn't it? Yeah. A little bit of temperance energy in there too. Angelic gift. There's no chaos. There's no fire. It's just calm. It's just holding back, waiting. And there's no danger in that longing to hold back. So when I pull these cards, I look at the Sag energy that comes in here. I look at that patience that comes along with this. But the mind is what really plays the games here, right? And that's what plays with us. It just plays with that. But the fire burns deep. The fire is what really burns us. It's not the mind that plays doubt and games with us. But the card's really teaching. We're at our last battle. It's really going to be external. It's going to be our internal battle. Is this what you want? Is this where you want to go with this? The fear, the history, it's repeating itself over and over and over until you learn that lesson. Are you wiser now? Do you understand? Do you get it? The past is not going to beat you the same way twice. So you're basically in this major chess match with your own soul. And have you learned enough? That's the goal. Because have you learned enough? And the moment we pause and we take an inhale, we just say, hey, this is my final act. I'm about to manifest. And we're about to move into that 10 of wands. So stick around for that next card, because it's going to say we guarded everything. We're building up. We're about to cash in on this. And this is really saying we have that Mars energy, that Sag energy, the passion, the grounded by wisdom energy. But what it's telling us is we're gazing upon what we've awakened, even third eye energy, scanning for truth. And the background is all calm. It's the storm passing. It's saying, what's left here is truth. And where are you at with this? Where did you go? How did you get here? Because when we look at the numerology of 9, it's the completion before transcendence, right? The final gate before the 10, the number of fulfillment, the completion. But it's hold your ground. Number 9, hold your ground. The cycle's almost closing. Hold your ground. But every obstacle is being used as a test. Are you consistent? Are you resilient? It's not about capacity. We feel like we want to, but it's a spiritual exam that measures trust and not your talent. Do you trust in your own energy, your life? And when it reverses, it kind of becomes a little bit paranoia. Do I see this? Is this really what I want? No, just hold off on that. We'll get into the reversals and I'll come back and I'll do that. But lowering your guard can be a very and a liberating feeling, right? But what is this energetic transmission that comes in here? What are we getting through this? Because the weight of the wands is strong, it's powerful, and we'll see that. We'll go into this a little bit more, but it's the previous the lessons that came along with those wands, from the ace to the 8. They stand now as a wall behind them. Those lessons, those wands, those energies, they really want us to see this, that everything, the 8th wand that came in, the one that was in motion, it's that preparedness. You have to pause for a moment, and that's what it is. Right before a manifestation, are you paused? This is the checkpoint. This is the warrior reflection energy. It's taking a moment to regenerate that energy and saying, hey, how did you get here? What did you do to get here? And awareness, being aware of that energy, because this is, for me, the 9 of wands is spiritual immunity, because you have the ability to kind of say, what am I? You're living the human experience, right? The vibration. But what is this posture telling you? It's saying that we're standing ready. We're standing at this place where you're no longer going to chase. It's a disciple energy, right? Or even getting into that place where you're saying, I'm open to standing firm. Saying, I've learned by being subservient to this universe. And the card is humming at the high energy, saying, maybe it's even the delayed gratification, delayed gratification, right? Because it comes in with this moment of saying, we are faith, and faith is the result of manifestation. And what do you look for in friends, family, partners, right? When you're into this spiritual growth, this checkpoint between power and peace, and you're looking between that and saying, when I built these walls, what is this doing? Does it keep people out, or is it keeping people in? Are you trying to protect people who don't need protection? And then you look at your own scars, and you look at your childhood scars, and you've earned this, but it's turning to armor. But sometimes that armor is not always good. And then, are you alone? And the 9 of wands asks us, are you alone? Are you alone by these echoes, by the own growth? Is something holding you back from building? And it could be holding you back. But when I see the 9 and it starts to appear in readings and it comes up consistently, it's telling me to tell you guys, the test is almost over. It's just holding back. Someone's holding back. And it could, and that doesn't mean something's bad. Most people look at it and say it's bad, but no. It's the final hold back or contraction right before something becomes real, birthing, right? It stands to become part of a process in your own reality. The universe is never going to give the 9 to any quitters. You're not going to see this to someone. You're not going to get this. It gives it to the closer. Think about the 9th inning in a baseball game, right? Closer. And that 1 wand is the 1 away from 10th. It's the heartbeat from release saying, I'm so close. I'm so close. It doesn't mean you're not there. You put all the work in. You can recognize it. You can take a moment, pause, and say, wow. Your mind has been tempered by the experience, by the pain, by the growth. And your energetic energy saying, let's take a look. Your woundedness, your wisdom, their checkpoints, their cosmic checkpoints. I appreciate you taking this time to pause and saying, look at everything you've done. Whenever you get this card, it's about the energy you put in. And so I'll pull on each of these wands sometimes. I'll just sit here and pull on each and every one for somebody, because those vibrations, they're soul muscle. It's almost like soul muscle memory or soul memory, but it's telling me that there's a wand for each memory that you've gone through, right? And it's like essentially the final boss card, like saying, are you it? Did you make it? So you're a cosmic traveler standing in tall at the beginning, at the end, and now at the final stage. And you said, I took the wand and now I'm here. I'm at the last place. I got the bandages reminding me of the victories, not the wounds. And the 9 of wands is not about surviving. It's about preparing to thrive, preparing to grow, preparing to win. Because the bold are rewarded here. And this is your last stand before freedom. Hold steady, you're almost there. And you stood through fire to get here. I'm very proud of you guys. If you like this, if you want more of this content, let me know. Hit me up. As always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.